Welcome to a lesson with Dr. Powell. Let's take a look at another limit out to infinity and practice kind of using some limit properties as we go. Even if we don't write them all out in the video, we'll at least explain what they are. Okay, so let's suppose that we have something like square root of 2x to the fourth minus 5x plus 2. All right, and let's put that all over x squared plus 7. All right, now what would this limit be? Well, there's a couple different ways that we could actually do this. So maybe we'll talk about each way. One way is we could simply just think of this as being the square root of x squared plus 7 quantity squared, and then the top 2x to the fourth minus 5x plus 2. And luckily, because square rooting is a continuous idea or property, this limit can pop inside of it. And with it being, especially if this limit is actually equal to a number, I mean, square root will be continuous around that point, and so it can just as well, this limit can just pop in. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so when you have a square root, the limit can just pop in. Then the question just becomes right here. So that's the first limit property. Limit just pops in into that continuous operation of square rooting. Then we have here, we could multiply this out if we wanted to. X to the fourth plus 14x squared plus 49 is on the bottom, and then you have this. You can multiply top and bottom by 1 over x to the fourth, and doing so 1 over x to the fourth, 1 over x to the fourth, and doing so you'd be left with 2 minus 5 over x cubed plus 2 over x to the fourth, all over 1 plus 14 over x squared plus 49 over x to the fourth. And notice that these guys head off to zeros, x goes to infinity, and these go to zeros, x goes to infinity, and you're just left with 2. Of course, you took the limit on the inside. This is all happening inside the square root. Remember, you took a limit on the inside, so the result should be square root of 2. So that's one way of doing it. Okay, but not the only. And there's probably many ways of doing it. But let's just take a look at one more way of doing it. Suppose we're looking at this limit. And, okay, so limit as x approaches infinity of this. What if we just straightway just multiplied top and bottom of this by 1 over x squared? Especially since this is a square root, you see an x to the fourth, but the square root cannot distribute over the negative and the plus. Okay, it can't do that. So this is just what it is here. But it kind of looks like that. In fact, it's great because you could actually look at this like this: 1 over x to the fourth square rooted, positive square rooted. So you could put that in here and distribute this, like combine the square roots and distribute this inside. And you'll end up getting, on the inside of the square root, you'll end up getting 2 minus 5 over x cubed plus 2 over x to the fourth. And then down here in the denominator, you'd be left with 1 plus 7 over x squared. Then as x goes to infinity, these guys go to 0. This guy also goes to 0, and you're left with square root of 2. Remember the limit popping into each respective part here so that you can think of those individually. Okay, so there are two different ways of tackling that one. Thanks for watching.